You're new to the scene or a seasoned pro, this video is most definitely for you. I'm going to tell you about all the up and coming shows, and I am going to guarantee that if you are new to the scene, this is going to be your one-stop shop for all your information. Come along, let's enjoy ourselves. We're Mark and V, and this is our adventures. Up and down the country there are VW shows going on pretty much every weekend from Easter onwards. And not only that, there are clubs doing runouts. Just look on Facebook and find your local club. I can guarantee you that there'll be a runout. Locally, we have a club called Devon and Cornwall Transporters, and they have runouts probably every other week. You're going to find one. And ask your friends, or when you go to the shows, ask people. So let's talk about shows. So get your paintwork polished. There's a lot of show and shines to enter. And let's fire up those engines and get going. There are shows all over the country from Easter onwards, whether it be down here in Cornwall, right up to the tips of Scotland. There are shows everywhere, and you just got to have a look and go. Now, a lot of these shows get booked up really early, so you need to get yourself organised and get them booked up. Let's talk about a few of the shows that I know about, and I'm sure there is lots of other shows that you're going to have locally that you're going to find out as well. And there's not only shows in the UK, there are shows in Europe as well. I have friends that go over to Europe to go to VW shows. It's mainly air-cooled shows on the continent that I'm aware of, but that doesn't stop you going in a water-cooled vehicle, does it? Because we're all VWs at the end of the day. The VW calendar is bursting with events, and I'm going to tell you a few of the shows that I've attended and I know about in the local area. And honestly, have a look on Facebook because you'll find so many events around you. Down here we start off in literally a week's time. We have spring break at Ashburton. It's a really chilled VW event. It's just the way to get your VW camping summer off to a good start. It's gentle, it's nice people to meet up with, there's a few traders, there's a bit of entertainment, and it will help you understand how inclusive the VW scene is. Ashburton also has quite a few hookup pitches as well, so if you need to hook up, get booked up early and you'll get one. There's lots of fantastic walks through the woods down by the river. There's tree climbing. There are also other shows around the country. For instance, in the middle of England, there's Dubs in the Middle, Croft Farm. That's where we're going next week actually. In fact, we leave tomorrow to go to Croft Farm, so when you see this video, we've probably already been to Croft Farm. Never been there before, but I'm told it's another chilled out event. It's just a different group of people, and it's nice to meet lots of different people. Next for us in the VW show calendar is going to be VanWest at Taunton Racecourse. And what a show that is. That always is amazing. There is entertainment every night with live bands. There's lots of traders, there's food stalls, and of course you've got show and shine on the Sunday. Everybody wants to go and have a look around those VWs. You'll see the old Beetles, the Splitties, right up to modern stuff. There's so much to see and so many ideas to get as well. You know, you've got your van, you've got your car, and you want to get some ideas of what to do next. Well, the Show and Shine is the place to go because you can have a look at how other people have modified their vans and made it work for them. And you can take their ideas and modify them for yourself. People love it when they see their own ideas on other vans. It's such a compliment. And VanWest is the first show where the weather starts really warming up, normally. I'm not going to guarantee it. And everything starts feeling like that's going to be a lovely, long, hot summer. If you're new to the VW scene, this is the first big show of the calendar, and it will really give you a great idea of what the rest of the season holds for you. You'll love it, I guarantee you. For us, after VanWest, the next show is going to be Dubs in the Middle, and that's at the end of May. And we've never been there before, and we're really looking forward to it. There's a lot going on. There are 35 live acts over the weekend, and on the Sunday it's a tribute night with lots of different tribute acts. There's a silent disco, and if you've never done a silent disco, all the VW shows have these silent discos, and they're amazing. It's the funniest thing ever, really, because you get headphones and you tune into maybe one of two channels or maybe sometimes three channels. So everybody's got their headphones on and having a great time listening to the disco and dancing. Take your headphones off and have a look around because you can hear people singing different songs and there's no music, and it's really, really quite eerie. But what fun. It is amazing fun. Of course, there'll be other events throughout the weekend as well. There'll be the show and shine. There'll be a dog show. And I'm sure there'll be lots of other bits and pieces around the site when you wander around. And of course, there's people's vans that haven't even entered into the show and shine. Have a walk around the campsite, have a look at their vans, because sometimes you see better vans just parked up because people don't want to enter them in the show and shine, and you'll get great ideas, and people just want to talk to you as well. You know, go up and speak to them, say how nice their van is, because they really appreciate it. I know I do, if anybody did ever say that. Something else I forgot to say on the first about the first show, and all shows throughout the Dub calendar, is they have theme nights, and so you can go in fancy dress. You don't have to, it's not obligatory, but you can go in fancy dress, and some people really enjoy dressing up, I know. And I know that the Croft Farm we're going to is at the end of this week, and that's Alice in Wonderland, so you can dress up however you want. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking forward, and Bristol Volksfest later on in the year is Las Vegas, so there'll be lots of Elvises there, won't there? There's loads, it's great. You know, people really enjoy the dressing up side of it as well. As I've said earlier, most of these shows do book out very early. So if you want to go to them, you really need to think about booking up now. And if you're more prepared, it's probably too late in the year now to think about this, but they have early bird specials as well, so you can get cheaper prices if you book really early. We move on to June, and it's Bristol Volksfest. And Bristol Volksfest is probably one of the biggest VW shows in the southwest of England. It is truly massive. What can I tell you about Bristol Volksfest? Well, I'm going to tell you a little story first of all. About a couple of years ago when I attended, we'd had torrential rain leading up to the show, maybe 2 weeks of torrential rain. And when we turned up at the show, people were being towed in, towed into the show. And it was so muddy. I had a crafter at the time, and I managed to get in, although driving a crafter in mud and the back end sliding is fun. But didn't get out. We had to be towed out, and loads of people had to be towed out. It was quite an amusing weekend, really. And it sort of brought everybody together as well, because everybody was in it. It was a bit of a mini Glastonbury, I suppose, really. So Volksfest is from the 7th to the 9th of June if you're interested in going, because you've still got time to get tickets for that one. The theme for Bristol Volksfest is Viva Las Volksfest. Yeah, you heard that right, Viva Las Volksfest. That's a tongue twister, isn't it? And it's all going to be Las Vegas themed, and I know for a fact there's an Elvis tribute act on, so it's going to be a lot of sequins and white suits. Let's hope it's not muddy this time. And there are lots of bands over the whole weekend. There are live stages outside that you can see bands. I believe there's an acoustic tent as well, and there's a dance tent. And like I said earlier, Elvis is playing. Now, we're not entirely sure, but I do understand that Elvis drives a splitty as well, so it might just be. We'll have to wait and see on that one, won't we? There's other entertainment as well. There's a big top, there's monster trucks, there's an American car show. There's lots going on. It's a huge show, and of course the traders as well. This is a very well supported show by the traders, and I can guarantee you if you're looking for something special for your van, you're going to find it there. And you meet such great people, and sometimes, you know, when you're a newbie, it's very, very difficult to integrate into these groups of people. It's quite intimidating for some people. Not everybody, but for some people it's quite intimidating, and you feel like you're stood on the outside and you can't break in. But just try. You know, just speak to people, because people are very, very warm and welcoming, and it's very rare that people in the VW scene will ignore you. They will welcome you in, and they just want to know about you as much as you want to know about them. So be brave and just speak to people. You won't regret it, I promise. And if any of you are watching now are people we've met and we haven't seen for a while, say hello down below, you know. And if you're coming to one of the shows, come over. Let's have a beer together. But if not, just say hello. Of course, if you do see us at one of the shows, come over and grab a sticker as well. We always have stickers on us, and if we ain't got them on us, because, you know, we've just forgotten and left them at the van, we will have them at the van, so it gives you an excuse to come and meet us again, doesn't it, and come and have a beer or something. Well, that was Bristol Volksfest, and then we move on again, and then we move on to July, And the next show we would normally attend is Dorset Volks Fest. Now, we won't be going this year because we're doing other things. However, not saying you shouldn't go. It's a really great show to go to. Again, you've got the entertainment. The great thing about it is this one has like hay bales around, and it just feels really, really quite chilled and relaxed. It's a smaller show by comparison to some, but you still have a show and shine, you still have traders, you still have your food stalls. But it's just very, very relaxed. But there's one unique thing they do have, is they have a place to take your car or van to have a photograph. It's like a big matchbox box. That's the only way I can describe it. And you can have your photograph of your van or car in it, and it just looks brilliant. It's a really chilled show, and I think you'll love it. Dorset Volks Fest this year is on between the 12th and the 14th of July. So if you ain't got your tickets, grab some. You'll love it, I guarantee you. Another show in the beginning of July is Camper Jam, and this is going to be the first time we've ever been to Camper Jam. We've heard lots of good stories about it, and we're really looking forward to it. I really can't tell you very much about it because having never been there, but it will be our last show before we head off to Indonesia. Now, while we're away in Indonesia, one of our favourite local shows happens, and sadly we're not going to be able to make it this year, and that's Cornwall Jamboree. It is just the best show in the Southwest, I think, personally. It's not the biggest, but I think it is the best. It's over August bank holiday weekend, and it's where everybody we know seem to congregate. So we have a great time meeting old friends, and you're making new friends as well. We've made some of our best friends there. And it goes over 3 days. There's live music every night. There's trade stalls, and there's other bits and pieces going on, dog shows, and it's just a really, really another lovely chilled place to go. And it's quite close to other places in Cornwall as well, so if you fancy just popping out for one of the days, V quite often brings the Beetle. Well, she used to bring a Beetle, she now brings the EOS with her, and the girls go out for the afternoon down Falmouth. So there's lots of things you can do while you're there as well. You don't have to necessarily stay in the show. VW Jamboree. If you ain't got your tickets for that one, grab it. You won't be disappointed. And don't think it's a long way down into Cornwall, or maybe I don't want to go. It is down the end of the A30. Well, not down the end of the A30, but it's down the A30. And it's not far off the A30 really. And take your time, you'll love it. Down in Cornwall. And make an excuse to stay for the rest of the week as well. And visit some other places. What a great idea, eh? Me and V are going to Indonesia for the summer, and then when we come back, the very next show will be Busfest. And Busfest is probably my favourite show. It is just huge. If you've ever been, you know what I'm talking about, and if you've never been, you need to go. It's in the Three Counties Showground in Malvern, and it is enormous. The trade stores alone took me nearly a day to walk around. Then I don't think I saw all of them. We've been probably the last 3 years, and it is so good. There's live music. There's a place down one end they call the Cowshed, where they got live bands. They have a big marquee where they got live bands. They got a dance tent. They have everything going on. It really is great. There's food area. There's even a building where they have like discos and tribute acts as well. And they got a fun fair, like a show and shine going on the Sunday, and they got other events as well. They got off-road events going on. There's so much going on, you probably won't get to see it all, so you need to go back a second time. But if you've never been to a VW show before and you're only going to go to one this year, it's probably the one I'd recommend. Really is great. And then at the very end of the year, you have Oktoberfest, which is back at Ashburton. And I'm sure there are other shows going on as well. I think there's a show called First and Last as well, but it's very, very small. And the very final show of the year is Oktoberfest. And it's again like Spring Break. It's a really chilled show. And it's where everybody goes at the end of the year just to chill out, tell stories of what's happened, discuss their vans, their plans for the coming year. Everybody's talking about modifications they're doing to the vans, maybe new vans are planning on buying over the winter, maybe conversions are planning on doing over the winter, and they just sit, eat and drink together and have a great time. But there's not only VW shows, there's VW cruises as well, and there's quite a few of them that go on. A couple I can think of off the top of my head is the cruise to the Prom. This is something a guy called Steve Wright organises, and I think it's in aid of Teenage Cancer Trust, or it was last year, and I think it is again this year. Now they meet up and they cruise to Weston-super-Mare Prom, and that is an amazing cruise. It's just brilliant, and everybody congregates on the Prom and spends the afternoon there, and they have awards for various different classes of the VWs. Not that you need to do that, and everybody parks on the grass there, so you can have a wander around looking at lots of vans and just have a chilled time. It's a great afternoon, and it's just a day out, and even if you haven't got a VW, you can turn up. You can't park on the Prom, obviously, because that's restricted for VWs and you have to pay for it, but you can turn up, you can have a wander around and maybe get some ideas of the van you would like to buy, car you would like to buy even. Also, what other cruises are there? There's Dubs on the Beach, which is another one-day event where people just tend to cruise in clubs, really, from their various locations, and they meet at Paynton Beach. And there are traders there, more localised traders. And if the weather's great, you're on the beach, you can again wander around, have a look at everybody's vans, sit, chill and chat to people. And you're right close to Paynton Town Centre as well, so you can have a wander in and around the town centre of Paynton. And at the end of the year, one cruise that, if you can attend any, is the one you want to do, is the Portishead Christmas Cruise. The vans are all done up in Christmas lights and they look stunning. And I must give a special mention to Steve Wright, who started wrapping his van in LEDs, and other people do it now as well. But the first time I saw this, I was just blown away. Absolutely amazing. And they cruise, it's quite a long cruise actually, and it's all again in aid of charity. I'm not sure which charity that one's for. But Steve, if you're watching, please mention down below what the charity is. And please put your links down for donations as well if you do, whatever you want to. And everybody cruises, and the vans and cars are all dressed up in Christmas gear, Santas, reindeers, people are dressed as Santas, elves. The cars have got lights on, and they just drive through, and everybody comes out as we're driving through all the various different villages up around near Portishead. People coming out and cheering you on and waving. It's such a great experience. Finally, if you're new to the scene, why not look on Facebook and find your local clubs on Facebook? They have local meetups, they do their own little campouts, and they got knowledgeable people that will help each other when they got problems with their van, and it's just a great thing to do. As I said earlier, our local club now is a club called Devon and Cornwall Transporters, and they got quite a big following. They do lots and lots of run-outs, and it makes people feel engaged with each other, and you make new friends, and it's a way to learn about other things. So I encourage you, if you're new to the VW scene, be a little bit brave and go out and meet people. You really, really won't regret it. So I hope this video has given you a little bit of enthusiasm in the sense of, I want to get out there and try it. And if you've had a VW for a while, maybe I've told you something that you weren't aware of. Who knows? Probably not. But get out there and enjoy the shows. And say hi to us. Come up. If you see us at the shows, come up and say hi. Have a beer with us, and tell us down below what shows you're going to this year. Hopefully we'll see you. And if the video's been helpful, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see videos from the shows, subscribe to the channel, and we will be putting the videos up as and when we attend. And of course, if you want to have a look, all our previous shows, there'll be a link there so you can see them as well. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching this video. Really, really appreciate it. And we hope to see you in the next one. So look after yourselves, guys. See you later. Bye.